Hey everybody, I'm Brandon Jones, and I'd like to sell myself as someone who doesn't know anything about Pokemon, but I'm getting there, Kyle.
Quickly. Faster than I ever thought you would.
Faster than I thought?
Yeah.
I thought it was a little bit slower this week. I'm actually very, very proud of myself and my progression this week. I've taken very detailed notes. I'm getting ahead of myself. This is Kyle Bossman.
Sure, yeah.
Kyle likes the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Kyle encouraged me to pick up and play Pokemon Red. I was very excited to learn more about the franchise. The new Pokemon game came out this year. It was a perfect opportunity to okay, let's go back to the very beginning, black and white, on a console that I own right now. It's not something I got to dig up.
Yeah.
Look for batteries or anything. This is on my new 3DS, and I'm absolutely loving everything about this game. And I'm like I said, I'm happy. I'm happy of myself, my progress this week. So
Okay, so leading into this week, I honestly thought you'd be blazing through this. You had one badge at the end of week 1. You've had 2 badges at the end of week 2.
I got the last badge right before the last episode.
Okay. So where are you at now? Just so I know how to pace out this discussion.
I'm in Lavender Town.
Okay.
I have 3 badges. I've just gotten to this town. I think I did a little searching around the area to try to see if there were any new Pokemon there, but didn't want it. I was like, okay, I got that badge. I'm in a new town. I'll stop.
Okay, so where we left off last week, I asked you, do you remember what you got from Bill?
I didn't remember at the time, but Bill gave me a ticket to the SS Anne.
So what do you think the SS Anne is?
Just some kind of big boat. I mean, it was it ended up being a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
But it was, looking back, I'm not quite sure. Because I remember, again, I don't want to I'm not spoiling it, but I don't want to jump ahead to the end of the story. But when I did what I needed to do in the SS Anne, I was like, oh, let me just go back and save it. And I left and the boat left. I'm like, where are you going? I was like, oh, you gave me the ticket. I think did I do it? Bon voyage.
Oh, it sucks.
I guess I'm done with the boat.
Yeah.
I was, and that was fine. And
it's never coming back, man.
But whoops.
Yeah. So to get there, you have to go through a house that you previously didn't have access to.
Which took me forever. Because I told you I was stuck, and I wasn't stuck. Last one was like, I'm stuck in this town. There's no way out of there.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what was the clue, but I just wandered back in that town, and somebody said, he's like, oh, I think I saw somebody in the back. I went out to town, and I'm like, there's a guy back there. I wonder if there's a way to get back there. And I'm like, it's tricky because there are some buildings where they do a good job in the interiors with the front door, because there's like a mat in front of the front door, so you can see a little gray area, and it's like, that's where the door is. But there's some buildings where you just gotta know there's a spot, there's a door in the back there behind that building, and so there was nothing to indicate that there was an exit out of the back of that house. And so I'm just in the house, and he's like, oh, I trashed the whole place. And I'm like, maybe I'll go ask this guy. And the guy was standing right next to a hole in the wall. And I'm like, oh, and I went through that hole, and then...
Oh, so you had even been in and out of that house before?
No, I'd been in the house, and I was like, oh, they got ransacked. But it was just stuff everywhere. So the graph, again, it's, I love the old Game Boy, but it's just some of those graphics, it's kind of hard to tell what you're looking at.
Sure.
And I didn't recognize that was a hole that I could go through. So that was maybe my happiest moment during this entire playthrough, because I was just like, oh, thank you, I found out where I was supposed to go.
Wait, so how long were you stuck there?
A long
oh, man.
Yeah, at least an hour just running around, just leveling and stuff. It's fine. As long as my Pokemon are getting stronger, I'm not it's not wasted time. But I was definitely banging my head against the wall a little bit.
Do you remember what happens after that? After that house? Do you remember how that house is resolved?
I took notes, so yes.
Okay.
So I discovered a hole in the back of the house.
Yep.
That Team Rocket robbed. So Team Rocket's getting... Team Rocket's activities are everyone's being affected by this.
Yes.
This isn't just oh, you're into Pokemon, so you'll probably bump into these guys. It's this is just people living in their house, and they don't deserve Team Rocket come by and trash everything.
Well, do you know why they trashed that place?
I don't know if I got the specific reason why.
He had Dig.
Oh, they was looking for that, but then he gave me Dig.
Yeah.
He was like, they were trying to find this, but they didn't find it. I trust you. I'll give you.
Well, his Diglett already leveled up to learn Dig. He's like, I don't need this anymore. You can have this.
Those idiots.
Yeah.
And I still have Dig. I haven't given it to anybody because I don't know. I haven't needed
Dig's cool. Dig's an HM, so it means you can use it outside of battle.
Ah, okay.
Basically, it's an escape rope. At any point in any dungeon, you can use Dig to come back to the entrance.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then that's what I figured escape ropes were, but I never used them. You can also just pass out.
No, because you lose half your money if you pass out.
Well, I mean, if you don't if you don't have a lot of money, if you've spent it all, if you bought a bunch of potions before you went in there,
just pass out.
Yeah,
that makes me so mad.
It's in Final Fantasy XI. It's what we call blood porting.
Whoa, that's a thing.
You're like, I gotta get back to town. I'll just die.
Blood port.
I got a bunch of experience. I'll just blood port.
Man, yeah, I guess you don't lose your experience.
Yeah, classic. But then I get in the back, and there's a Team Rocket guy in the backyard.
Yeah.
Hiding as pretending to be a cop or something. And so whooped him, and then was on my merry way, and I've just been nothing but progress ever since then.
So I gotta know who's leading the charge, because Sparky took over Johnny's spot at the last gym.
Yeah, out of necessity.
So Johnny's back in charge?
Johnny's back in charge. And somebody told me, a good friend of mine, that was in town this week, that knows a little about Pokemon, told me something, and correct me if I'm wrong, and of course people in the comments correct me if I'm wrong, but if you raise a Pokemon, doesn't matter what level they are. So my Johnny is now 36, I think. He's like 36, 37. He's never not going to do what I tell him to do because I raised him. If I trade with you and you give me a high level Pokemon, if that Pokemon is higher level than what I have leveled up to, then he's not going to do what I tell him to do.
Wow, I don't know.
Because I didn't raise him.
You know what? I've never actually had a Pokemon.
Johnny's 36. He has never disobeyed an order, ever. Not once.
Wow.
So
you're going to stick with Johnny, though?
Oh, Johnny, yeah, Johnny for the win. I mean, it's like, again, it's like I'll get in those fights where it's like, that's not very effective. And I'm like, okay, I want to learn. I'll throw some stuff out. And actually, this doesn't really fit into any one particular part of the playthrough, but like Geodudes. Who's strong against Geodudes?
Water.
Yeah, where do I get water? That seems like it seems like I gotta be in water to catch water Pokemon, right? Or like near water or something. I don't have any water Pokemon.
We actually didn't talk much about Viridian City.
I have a couple of TMs that are water based. I have like Bubble and a couple other attacks that I can just give somebody. I'm assuming, but I haven't even come close to anything related to water Pokemon. I mean, I've fought water Pokemon.
We'll get there actually. We're not at Viridian City yet, so we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, Geodude's the only my Beedrill is the only thing that that's what I bring out against him because he kind of does something, but that was just crazy. Like out of all the people, I would just one of my favorites is Whirlwind, Pidgey's or Bert rather. Burt's. Like it's just like
Whirlwind's cool.
Get out of here, But it's kind of fun. It's kind of like an escape rope almost, where you're just like I'm almost to the exit.
Yeah.
I don't need to catch these things, and you can just have him just Whirlwind everybody.
Beedrill's name is Wormtail, right?
Wormtail's my Beedrill, yeah.
And he's good. Beedrill's good.
Beedrill's pretty good. I like Beedrill. A lot of his attacks are like sustained attacks, so it's like you're gonna get at least 2, but you might get 5.
Oh yeah.
So he's got a lot of those.
Beedrill always freaked me out. I've never had a Beedrill.
just aesthetically.
Yeah, he's like a wasp. He's got like just 2 long horns. I don't know. It freaks me out.
He's got a really creepy sound too when he comes in. It's like a fly kind of sound when he comes in.
I don't want it. Okay.
Beedrill chose me. Beedrill was my first evolution. So I was like, oh, I'm curious to see how this plays out. And then he evolved past that, and he was my first Pokemon that achieved his maximum evolution. So I'm like, okay.
So you're just
I'm gonna stick with this guy if he's feeling it.
Yeah. So
he's liking what I'm throwing down.
I should warn you, Jones, that they're designed to be like that.
Okay.
Eventually you will find Pokemon who are stronger than that Beedrill. But basically, the bug Pokemon in the beginning, as well as Pidgey, they're designed to evolve early. They're designed to be like starter Pokemon, basically. Sure. And so I think that's kind of interesting. I actually kind of like that.
Do you think, based on how I've explained my experiences in Pokemon, do you think it will be obvious to me when I encounter that Pokemon that is stronger than Beedrill, I will recognize it? Or will I just be like, who's this guy?
You'll notice Beedrill will become less and less effective as the game goes on.
Okay.
It's sad. It's very, very sad. Yeah.
Poor Beedrill.
Yeah. So basically, I had a Spearow, who you named Choco, I think.
Yeah.
And he evolves. And that thing was the strongest guy on my team for a long time. Best stats. But now I'm getting to this point where they're like growing beyond him. And it's
with the exception of Charmander, I would imagine. Because they want you to, he's your guy. You picked him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry about him. Okay. Don't worry about Johnny. So, okay, so you got through, you beat that Team Rocket. He gave you the dig. And then you're like, hey, do you want this dig back? And they're like, no, fine, don't take it.
Right.
What do you do after that?
Then I went in a very long tunnel because the road was closed.
Is this rock tunnel?
So I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Just a super boring tunnel.
And this is where you met the Geodudes.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I had maybe encountered them before. I think Geodudes were on the way to Mount Moon.
Oh, okay.
I think there's some Geodudes in there.
There's a lot of hikers in Rock Tunnel.
Yeah.
Jones, did anyone use self-destruct on you?
Yeah.
What did you think about the first time you had self-destruct done on you?
It's a cool ability. I think it works for Pokemon. The first time I saw it demonstrated, the guy was an idiot because it was the only Pokemon he had. So he sent out a Geodude, he blew up, and then he was like, oh, I lost, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're not very good at this, are you?
Wait, does Johnny take self-destructs and survive them?
Yeah.
That makes me so mad. He can just take a self-destruct?
He took 2 Geodudes one time. He took a guy, Geodude blew up, and then he sent out another one, and then and then he died after the second one. A Geodude would take about half of his health away.
Man, that's intense.
Level 36?
Self-destruct is supposed to kill you, too. It's supposed to be like, I'm taking you with me.
Right.
But your Johnny's too strong.
Well, not only that, but I got 6 Pokemon, so you'd have to have 6 Geodudes and have them all blow up.
So that happened to me on my playthrough, Jones.
Yes.
I got wiped out because they kept doing self-destruct and it would kill all of my Pokemon. Who are, honestly, my Pokemon, I'm further in the game, they're not 36. Nobody's 36 yet.
Wow.
You're way beyond me right now, Jones.
There's just something about doing circles in a field that speaks to me. I'm fine. I don't.
So wait, do you
I'm
find
never like, oh, here I go.
Did you find any Pokemon in the cave who you like?
I have switched. I have added my Zubat Kirk to my team.
Who got booted?
We didn't get booted. I just never used him.
No, you booted somebody. You put somebody back in the box.
Oh, I booted Jiggly.
How come?
I just haven't used Jiggly yet, so I might get back to Jiggly. But
Go Nine.
Go Nine, yeah.
Yeah. So you said you're not fit for this team. Kirk
just I don't see a reason for you, and you know I'm a big Batman fan, and I got a bat here,
Sure.
you know, and so I'm like, yeah, and Sonic has messed me up on occasions. I don't know if it's Supersonic or whatever.
Supersonic, yeah, you get confused, and then you attack yourself.
That's messed me up.
It sucks, yeah.
So yeah, I like them.
Cool.
So it's tricky. That 6th is tricky. You know, I have like 3 or 4 that I'm really comfortable with, and then it's just like I don't know because I don't. A lot of the decisions that I'm making before are based on like, oh man, I need electric now. Oh man, I need this. And it's like that 6, like, well, I don't really need anything for the 6th, but it should be something that I want to commit to.
Sure.
And purely from an evolution perspective, I would like to see what this crazy bat's going to turn into.
What do you think it turns into?
It doesn't have much of a face. Its mouth is huge. So maybe like the mouth gets bigger and plays in. Maybe it's all teeth or something or creepy. I don't know. You love to ask, and then I say something silly, and then you just smirk.
Jones, like, oh, this is so fun. This is the fun. Like, everyone, it's after midnight right now. I'm having a blast. This is so fun to shoot this show. Please don't tell Jones what it evolves into. Okay, so the rock tunnel for me was an obstacle. It sounds like for you it's just a tunnel.
I don't remember fighting anyone in the rock tunnel.
It was the hikers. It's the hikers who do self-destruct. That's in rock tunnel.
I remember the rock tunnel just being a big hallway.
Man. Oh, do you mean the underground?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The road was closed, so I had to take another
okay.
departure.
So
yeah.
we're not at rock tunnel yet then, huh?
Yeah, I think I might have written down. There was the dark tunnels.
Okay.
That was to Lavender Town.
Yeah. Where you need Flash.
Where I need Flower. Oh, I thought about that. I don't want to skip to there.
No, what's up?
I mean, I did dark style the whole time. I mean, I went through that entire cave. I didn't know. I thought. I was in there and I was like, you know, I wonder if there's like a light switch or something. I wonder if there's like an object I can find. Or I wonder if I could like light torches or something. And then I bumped into a person that popped out and was like, ooh, it's really dark in here. And I was like, oh, maybe it's supposed to be dark in here. And I made it through the whole thing in the dark.
Through dark tunnel. Jones, that's not how I'm supposed to do it.
How the hell would I know about Flash? How would I know?
I gotta believe there's an NPC who talks about Flash.
I don't have it. I certainly don't have it.
Okay, so Flash is an HM where you teach it to a Pokemon that you can use out of battle to light up a dark room.
Okay.
And in battle, it makes them less accurate.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't see the trainers that I was. So if I like walked into something, and I heard like, and I was like, oh, a trainer's coming up to me, and then I would fight the trainer. But I could see the cave. I mean, I could see the borders of the hallway.
So that's crazy.
I just couldn't see anyone in there, and it was darker.
You promised, Jones, that you were going to do a lot of backtracking once you finally got cut.
Right, but I still haven't been able really to do that.
Oh man. So okay. So that's.
I'm still moving forward.
Yeah, let's talk about Viridian City then. Okay, so you did the underground tunnel. I'm sorry, I got confused.
Vermilion City, I think is what you're referring to.
Okay, Vermilion City. Yeah.
That was where, yeah. It took a long tunnel because the road was closed.
Yeah, to Vermilion City.
Fought a bunch of trainers in a grassy path, and then I got to Vermilion City.
Did you try to go north after going through that tunnel?
Yeah, I said the road's closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but he's thirsty.
Which is funny too. He's like, "Hey, what's going on? Yeah, I'm kind of thirsty. Oh, by the way, the road's closed."
Yeah.
You should start with that.
Yeah. No, he really wants to tell you how thirsty he is. Okay, so now I finally understand, Jones. I'm sorry. So Vermilion City. Yeah, right. It's Viridian Forest, Vermilion City. Okay, so you're here. What do you think of this town?
The town's cool. I like the music. It's definitely like a fisherman vibe. There's the fishermen all over the place.
Sure.
I'm thinking maybe I might bump into some water Pokemon. Got an old rod.
Okay.
Guy gave me a very excited fisherman gave me a fishing rod. Which giving Kyle face means I should have then immediately gone straight to this other place and used it, but I didn't because he just gave me a rod. So what am I?
Jones, you're just like, I don't know how to find water Pokemon, and I wondered maybe he missed the old rod. How do you think you get water Pokemon?
You walk up to a Pokemon, you use the item old rod, and then you.
No, you walk up to a body of water and use the old rod.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like you walk to the edge of something up to the water, and then
Yeah.
you use that. Okay.
There's one right there in the town.
But here's the thing, Kyle. I got antidotes. I got burn heals.
Yeah.
There's so many items that
That's
it's just
really
like if a
interesting.
guy gives me a thing, it's like,
Yeah.
why does this have to be something? Why is this not just a dumb? It's like, oh, you use rods on water Pokemon when they're low in health. That's
Yeah.
a potion for water Pokemon. That's what an old rod is.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
You know, it's like yeah.
There's no indication. There's no icon for it. It just looks like any other item.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so Jones, let me tell you, you use the old rod to catch Pokemon.
Okay,
catch
cool.
Water Pokemon.
All right.
You can get one.
Good to know.
Yeah.
These episodes can't come soon enough.
So cool. So the guy gave you an old rod. Yeah.
I saw the Pokemon fan club. That was cool.
Oh yeah.
I love going into houses and seeing like a Pokemon just hanging. Seeing like a Pidgey just like.
Don't you get an item in there? Don't you doesn't he give you something?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so just Pokemon fan
Maybe
club.
he does, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm doing everything wrong.
No, that's
I'm
fine.
going against the grain.
That's what
Kyle.
it's good. Yeah. The game allows you to though, Jones.
Yeah.
It didn't say like there wasn't a cutscene where you turn around because the tunnel's too dark. Okay. So you're in the town. The gym leader is right there.
Right.
But you can't go to that gym.
Can't get in that. No. Gotta plant.
Yeah.
Right there.
The big old plant.
Big old plant in my way.
So what do you do?
So I head over to, I actually spent a lot of time. I think I went back into the tunnel and I think I leveled up some people. Just because I wanted to try. I think this is when I got Kirk in there, and so I like maybe try to level him up a little bit.
Before you progressed, you're like, no, let me level up a little more.
Yeah, and I don't think that was based on like my progression or where I was at. I think like Sunday I just didn't have anything to do, so I'm just like, I'm gonna put a documentary on, and I'm just gonna chill, and I'm just gonna level these guys for like 3 hours. And so it's like I just want to get it. I just want to get ahead. You know, like, again, like that's why Johnny's 36, because they just like have these moments where I'm like, I got an hour. Okay, I'm just gonna do nothing, but then I'll be ready. You know, then I know I'll be prepared.
When I want to progress,
I'll be able to go through a dark tunnel and as far as I can go.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So by the time, and then just on a fluke, I was just kind of like walking around. I'm like, oh, where does this path go? Oh, it's a dock. Oh, there's the SSN. And then like had the ticket and then got aboard and was like, oh, this is a whole nother thing.
What'd you think of the SSN? To me, that's weird. It's the only time in the game there's like a really tiny little boat you step into and then it's huge.
Yeah, the dimensions are a little weird there. Yeah, when you first see it, and then like it's interesting because physically the road you're on, like your sprite doesn't change, and you're on like a path that's like this wide, and then all of a sudden it's as big as you are. It's literally like it's just a hallway.
I mean, I guess Final Fantasy
dock leading to
teaches
the
us
boat.
to accept things like that. You know, RPGs forever it told us to like, you know,
Sure.
it's big, it's small on the outside, but to me that was like the one where it's like extreme.
Sure,
It's like I'm on a small boat.
I mean, it's like I think one of the big ones for me is like I got into the I believe it's in Lavender Town, the Pokemon Tower. Haven't been in there yet.
Let's not go in there. Let's not do that yet.
But I haven't been in there. But I just saw it. I was like, ooh,
Yeah.
Pokemon Tower, okay.
Yeah.
So this is this huge structure, but I can't walk behind it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the angle you're looking down. It's like, oh, there's nothing. You can't go back there.
All the
You're like,
towers
well,
are on their backs.
I should have.
Yeah.
I should be able to technically.
Yeah.
So yeah, any of that, that did not strike me when I boarded the SSN, where I was like, that shouldn't be that size.
Sure.
I'm pretty much used to it by this point.
What was it like on the SSN?
The SSN was bizarre. Okay.
Yeah.
Because if I'm playing Skyrim and I wander into somebody's house, you know, if I just walk into somebody's house, I open up the door, what's up? I'm coming in. You know, it's like it's it's kind of this trope in role-playing games that we accept, that it's like, I'm just going to go searching through your stuff. Is that okay? And I actually, that's one of the things I loved about the original Fable, was they really started to question that. Like, you can't do that. You can't just go and, start searching something in front of somebody. They're going to call you out.
Sure.
And so it's always just kind of like an interesting gray area. I always expect that they can see me and they understand, like, oh, I'm an adventurer. Like, it's not like I have, a card that I can flash to get anywhere in this world, but like maybe they understand that, like, okay, I'm not gonna mess with that guy. He's a nice guy. I heard he saved somebody's life. I'll let you wander around my house for a second. But it is kind of weird going door to door in a cruise ship, kicking the door open, being like, "What's up? I got Pokemon. What's up?" And he's like, "No, I'm just in here eating a snack." Oh, okay, later. Then you go into the next room. What's up? Oh, you got Pokemon? And then we throw it out.
Yeah, because not everybody wants to battle.
Some people are just hanging out in their rooms, and like, this is funny to me. Just like, it's like I'm adversarial in every moment. Like I'm always ready for a skirmish.
You always want to battle.
Even when I'm on a cruise ship. That and gentlemen are straight up creepy.
Gentlemen are nasty.
There are 2 gentlemen on that boat where I'm like,
what did they say to you?
One guy was like, I have no friends. I go vacationing with Pokemon, and I just talk to the Pokemon. Like, dude, Johnny set this guy straight. Like, you're messed up, man.
You defeated his Pokemon. Yeah. Did you ever run into any issues on SSN?
Just endurance. Just like, I'd love to do this whole boat in one trip, but it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna have to like go back and walk all the way back into town.
Yeah.
Go back down, show the guy my ticket again, get aboard the SSN, and figure out where I'm at. It's like whenever I hit a staircase and I go into a hallway with 2 staircases, it's like, oh no. Okay, I gotta remember there's 2 staircases in this room, and then go. So there's a little bit of that, so I think it took me like 4 passes, and then bumped into you, took a picture of it, and sent that to you.
Yeah.
Bonjour, Bossman.
Yeah. How'd it go? How'd this one go?
Oh, I whooped you that time. I whooped you real good.
Did you just use Johnny?
I need to pay attention to what I do with Johnny. I don't remember. I don't think I was as cocky. I don't think I'm as cocky now with Johnny. I think I really try to change stuff up. Specifically, Wormtail, Sparky, and Johnny are like my 3. And I think I brought that up last week. Like they're my 3 that I'm like, no, not you. Okay, you. No, not you.
Yeah. So he opens with Pidgeotto, his big fat bird.
Right.
Do you use Sparky against that?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. That's actually, and that's the other thing too that I'm really starting to notice is like, Pikachu versus birds is death. Like I'm definitely noticing those pairs. Absolutely, of like, okay, that's why I'm looking for that Geodude. Like, what am I missing? What's the And now I know.
Yeah. I also think grass is effective against rock as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't stand a chance. So what, Abe would be my grass?
Who is Abe?
I think Abe's my Oddish.
Oh yeah, dude.
He's I think he's the only grass Pokemon that I have.
Oddish has some nasty tricks.
Abe was in my party for a little while.
Uh-huh.
I just didn't know what to do with him. I'm
sure.
like, what are you gonna be? What's the strategy here? Because like I don't know what Kirk's gonna be, but he's a bat. So like aesthetically, I can appreciate that.
You get the impression Abe is going to evolve into something lame.
No, I get the impression that he's like Jigglypuff and that he's just specific. That like he's just got a very specific thing he does, and I don't know what that is yet. So I don't know if that's I don't know if I already have a Pokemon that also fulfills that in some way. So
Sure.
it's gonna be a waste of time you don't need to get Abe up because you got you have this guy that does the same
way
thing.
cooler grass Pokemon coming later.
Or that's something you're gonna get Abe up to 20 and then catch some other thing and you're like, oh, sorry, Abe.
That's the anxiety of Pokemon for sure, is like leveling something up and then like, oh, this one's cooler. Well, I have this lame Pokemon that I put this much time into, and you'll have to let it go.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to like finding the attachment and like loving these creatures and then also just putting them in a box for something stronger.
Or a PC.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, that's the PC is the box. We never talked about that, Jones.
I just picture like, I'm trying to think. It's like the end of Alien 4. Alien 4. They never made an Alien 5, thank goodness. Alien 4, when they like suck the alien out through like a hole. They literally shoot like a bullet-sized hole in the end of the spaceship, but it's space, so it just sucks anything through it.
Cool.
So this like poor alien gets sucked through something the size of like a penny. I just imagine these poor Pokemon like
yeah,
like, just being like their soul sucked to the keyboard, or just like
the game never gives you any indication that they're fine.
Getting shoehorned into a modem. We're like, what is happening right now?
Yeah, it never tells us they're having a good time. It never gives us. It never tells us what's going on in that PC.
Does the PC transport them someplace? Are they literally like living inside the PC?
As data.
Yeah.
It's not clear. It's never cleared up.
So yeah, I haven't thought about it too much.
Yeah.
But this is probably a good thing.
I
think about it will probably keep me up at night.
Yeah. So in the show, what I like is like he sends it home and they're free on a ranch.
Yeah,
would
that's-
love that.
yeah,
I
I
wish
guess-
the games did that for you, but no, you can't have that
The
satisfaction.
games, like even now,
Even now, we have no idea where they
dump
go.
it in a PC, you email them home every time. Wow.
No, they just exist as data on the PCs.
Creepy.
It's freaky. It's freaky. So you're on the SSN. You beat me. What happens after that?
I beat you. I thought the captain would be at the front of the ship. He was not.
Mm-hmm.
I went over there, beat up all the sailors, and then went to the back to the captain's quarters. And I was like, oh, here's the whole thing. I'm gonna have to do a whole thing here. I'm gonna have to go find his long lost wife in some mountain range somewhere and bring her all the way back to. Oh no! I just pat him on the back and he's fine.
You rub his back, and then he's not seasick anymore.
He's like, woo.
Yep.
And it's funny, like other people on the ship were like, "Have you seen the captain, man? He's not looking good."
Yeah.
I'm like, you should just give him a pat on the back. Maybe that'll for doing a good job.
They're too
you
shy.
know?
Yeah. They're not like the thing that makes you the hero is you're willing to open these doors.
Right.
You're willing to talk to people.
I'm the touchiest, feeliest of all trainers.
Yep. So what does he give you?
He gives me cut.
Yeah.
That was a victory.
Yeah.
That felt so
Because I
good.
felt bad, Jones, telling you last week that you couldn't cut.
Well, that's the kind of thing in games that drives me nuts. Where it's like, here's this, you don't have it, but here's what it is, and you're like, what? Like,
Yeah.
like you kind of have a thing, you can do it now, but you don't really have it yet.
Yeah.
It's all or nothing.
The reason
But,
they do that is so we can't trade. I can't trade you a guy who has a great HM, and you could just use it all over the place to break the
cool.
game.
Yeah, I'm sure there's lots of. I imagine that they built a nice game and then looked and were like, oh wait, there's all sorts of ways you can break this.
Yeah.
Whoops, we might have to change some things. So
That's
I
what
understand
those
that.
things were. So
But,
what was the first thing you cut?
the thing right in front of the gym.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you wanted to go get that badge.
Because you were like, I don't know if you'll get another badge for the next one, and I'm
Yeah.
like, look out, Kyle.
Okay. All right, cool. Wait, who learned cut? Who did you teach cut to?
My Beedrill. Can I give to Wormtail,
Okay.
which is an attack in battle, which is cool.
Yeah.
So he's got Twine Needle.
Twin needle.
Twin Needle.
Yeah.
So he's got that. He's got something Fury, which is just
Fury
like
attack.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he'll do like 5 or 6 of those every now and then, which
Yeah.
is great. And cut, and then I don't remember what his bottom
Sure.
attack is, but I think it's another melee thing. I'm just like, and that's the other thing too is I'm becoming less worried about what I teach different Pokemon because it's like, oh, you're this type, you should learn this, and then it's like, wait, no, I could just whoop a Pokemon out, have him do a thing, and then throw him back, and then have another guy come out and have you just do melee. That's all you do.
Yeah.
You just kick ass.
Yeah.
You know, and then I got this other little dinky guy to put people to sleep or
Nice.
to confuse people or whatever.
So that anxiety's gone.
So yeah.
Cool.
So I'm feeling a little more control. Less than I'm like, oh, I'm doing this wrong. And more like, I'll do what I want to do. I'll give powers to who I want to do.
Wormtail chops down your first tree.
Yep.
You step into this gym.
Yep.
What's your first impression of this gym?
This is the most obvious gym that I have faced so far. Because like the first one, you kind of go in and then there's Brock, and they don't really tell you a lot about Brock. You just kind of have to go up and then like meet his Pokemon and figure that out.
Yeah.
And then the second one, they don't really say a lot about Misty, but there's water everywhere. People be swimming. You know, you're like, okay, I can kind of figure this out. I walk in that thing and I'm like, hey, what's going? The guy's like, electric. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm ready for that. And so like, I don't remember specifically what I used,
You probably use Johnny
but
because Pikachu
yeah.
wouldn't be effective against them.
no, of course not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might have just been Johnny.
And Beedrill would be weak to them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess this was a Johnny gym.
And Johnny was ready for this fight,
But here's the thing, Jones, is you walk into this gym and it's just a bunch of trash cans.
right?
What did it take for you to get in there?
I had to walk around and do all the switches and stuff. I was nervous. I'm like, oh, am I gonna have to go find some key somewhere and bring it back?
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh no. One guy gave me a clue. He's like, when you find the thing,
It's
the next one's next to it.
Yeah.
And so the confusing thing was that it wasn't to the left or right, it was above it.
Yeah.
That was the trick. Because I kept going to the left or right, and it was like, no, it's not there.
Yeah, Lieutenant Surge is a very careful person. And then
But,
the way to like get in is just perseverance.
Right.
Yeah, I don't really like that puzzle, I gotta be honest.
It didn't take me very long.
Yeah. So Lieutenant Surge,
Yeah, whooped him real good.
he's what? He's
First try.
called him something American. Like his phrase is like
remember.
Lieutenant Surge, the something American. I totally
see
forget
if
what
I
it's
wrote that
what he
down.
is.
Oh, and this is another thing too. I mean, I don't know if you had a specific question you want to ask about Lieutenant Surge.
No, what's up?
Lieutenant Surge brought up the war.
Yeah, man. Lieutenant Surge was in the war.
I made a note. I was like, the war?
Yeah. How crazy is that?
I don't know. How crazy is it? I don't know what the war is.
Yeah.
The war was this us versus Pokemon? Was this us using Pokemon against something else? Was this Final Fantasy VI now? What's happening?
How much more do you expect to learn about the war?
I'd like to learn more. It seemed like the third badge is the time to just be like, oh yeah, blah blah, the war. Anyway, you're like, what? Like, a little more detail, please. And then maybe like the next trainer won't say anything, but then now we're kind of getting into it, because I would like a little explanation of just why this world is as weird as it is. And I definitely seem to be set up as someone who's kind of naive to everything, like you said, outside of my town. So that would seem like if someone's introducing something like that to me, like, you're not just going to throw that information at me. You're teaching me what happened, or you're teaching me kind of where I am. But that was of all of the weird little side things that people have said about this world, that was the one I was like, I am writing that down. The war. Okay.
Yeah.
I can imagine all sorts of weird things that could have happened.
So go ahead.
Well, I like to imagine that it was a war between humans and Pokemon. That it was that like the result of that war was how this kind of trainery, ball catchy thing evolved. That Pokemon didn't like us for a long time, and then they learned to respect us because we won this war, or we figured out a way to train them through the war. That'd be fun.
Sure.
But maybe not. Maybe it's something dumb.
I love hearing your guesses, man. Sorry, the battle though. What is he? He's got like a Magnemite, a Magneton, and a Raichu, right?
Sure.
Okay. Jones clearly like wiped it. You wiped up that gym.
I destroyed him, yeah.
Okay.
And that felt so good, especially after fighting Misty like 6 times.
Yeah.
So
no problem. You got your third
no problem,
badge.
yeah.
I think it's called the Thunder Badge. Mm-hmm. Okay.
See ya.
Yeah.
So left, and then
you have the ability to cut. The world is open to you now.
Right.
What do you do with it?
I don't think I've really done anything significant. I mean, just check out. I think I got a couple. There was one area where there was a lot of trainers, and there was a guy that was blocking an area that I could cut in and get a TM. And yeah, just like a couple items here or there, but it's really like back home. Like specifically, there was one guy. I remember when I was looking for that second trainer, I came up upon one of the little shrubs, and there was like an NPC just right behind it, and I'm just like, I bet you're the trainer, or like I bet you're somebody that I need to talk to.
Yeah.
So it's really like those first couple areas, going back there and cutting some stuff down.
So you went back to the first towns? And
I haven't been back there. No, I can't get back there.
Oh man. Okay.
Now I'm in Lavender Town.
Okay. So wait,
that's where the path is taking me.
So the path was that one stretch of trainers where like you did use cut once.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. And so you got to Lavender Town.
Right.
Do you have the music on?
Okay. Very antagonistic sounding town.
Jones, I dig this. This is the only game the song appears as it does now. And they've kind of like cheered it up in later versions. They don't let it sound this dark anymore. Like they've remade the game, multiple times. It never sounds like that again.
Wow.
That dreary and like dark. I love this.
Is there something going on there? Is there context why it's so dark and dreary, or?
Oh yeah, man.
Oh, okay.
That tower. What do you think that tower is?
A place where they study as a Pokemon university? I don't know. A place where they study Pokemon?
All right.
Yeah. It seemed to make sense, or like.
So you've just gotten into Lavender. You have not spoken to anybody.
I've spoken to a couple people. No, I haven't really.
Okay.
I haven't really gotten into it.
They'll fill you in.
Because you get to a new town, that's like, I'm just looking for the crunch. I hit a new town, like, got it. It's
okay,
like,
and that's where we end our stream, or that's where we end our show for the day.
No, we don't.
What?
No, we don't.
What
I'll
happened?
tell you how we end our stream.
What?
We end our stream with Charmeleon evolving.
Of course.
Into Charizard.
At what level?
I think it's the 36.
So what
right
was the fight? What took him over?
I don't remember where it was. Just some dumb fight.
And then Johnny turned into a Charizard.
Yep. And I love how long that takes. I love it's actually a long animation, that flicker between the two character models.
Yeah.
Like that actually goes for like 15, 20 seconds. Because you can stop it. Like it's because you're like, no, I don't want to
15
evolve.
seconds is a long time though, John.
Yeah, it might be like 10 seconds or something. But it's just like, I drank that in when it was like, ooh, Johnny's evolving. I was like, yeah, he is. Yeah.
Because that one you knew what was coming at the end of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks a little, they don't have enough pixels to kind of form him from behind when he's Charizard. He looks a little sickly. He looks a little emaciated. That wasn't as gratifying the first time I threw him out. I was like, he kind of looks like. He kind of looks like. I don't know if you guys have ever seen The Golden Child with Eddie Murphy, but like the bad guy turns into this like sickly looking demon at the end of the movie, and he kind of looked like that a little bit from the back.
The backwards art is lacking for sure. It's definitely weird. It turns a lot of Pokemon into weird things.
Yeah.
Charmeleon's weird from behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I beat up a Charmander, which I hadn't. It's since the last episode. I actually fought a Charmander, so that was kind of fun. To just like, oh, you cute little guy.
Yeah, they appear out there. Yeah, yeah. You'll never be able to like catch one, but yeah, they'll show up in trainer battles.
I think a guy threw him out. I think it was a trainer fight.
Yeah.
And that's where we are. I got my Charizard. I'm in Lavender Town. I got the tower.
I honestly, Jones, I feel like you're set. You know what I mean? I feel like you will not be struggling for a long time with Johnny at that level.
Sweet.
Who are your new Pokemon though this week?
Well, I'll tell you one who's not my new Pokemon is Onyx. Found an Onyx in the wild. Got him down to his health. Threw out a ball. Nope.
And then you gave up.
Threw out another ball. Nope.
Okay.
Is that the Super Balls that get him?
You're gonna have to start upgrading the Super Balls for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Pokeballs aren't gonna do it forever. You're gonna need to upgrade those.
So if I
I'm sure
if I
you're
throw
loaded, too.
right. Yeah. Well, it's tricky because like in some of the later towns, and I hate this when RPGs do that. When you get to a later town and they're like, "Well, here's all the cool items," and you're like, "Well, I want a lower item." Like, "Oh, we don't sell those." And it's like, "Well, then your town sucks."
Oh, yeah.
Are you telling me this town is better than the town I was in, and you don't? You know, it's like
What do you need a potion for right now?
to heal my Pokemon.
No, you need super potions, buddy.
Well, I might want to level up lower dudes. Just give me the option. It's just weird to me. Again, in context, it's just weird that it's just like, oh no, we don't sell milk. We only sell super milk. I'm like, well, what if I just want milk, dude? Come on. I hate that in RPGs. Especially if it's like a giant town. Like, oh, welcome to the biggest town. It's like this weapon shop should have every item in the game. Like I should be able to go here and get anything. Come on. You know, like I just don't make me walk all the way back to some dumb town to just pick up some stupid item because I need it, or
I get that.
Or just, you know, like I'm obsessed. We're talking about grinding and stuff like that. Like if you look at my Final Fantasy VI save file, I have 99 of everything. You know, so it's just like I want to be able, you know, to do that.
That's grinding too much.
I want to be able to stock up on potions.
You
just
shouldn't have 99 of everything.
Why? I can't. If I can.
No, Jones.
I want to be the very best, Kyle.
Sure, I get that. All right.
I want to be prepared.
So yeah, I want to know what you added to your Pokédex.
Yeah, try to fail on that Onyx. So okay, now I know. I thought it was a Super Ball, but I wasn't sure.
So the thing is, you do have a chance with a Pokeball. It's just much, much lower.
Okay.
You can catch anything you want with a Pokeball. But like it's just the odds are ridiculous.
I was emotional seeing him just rip that Pokeball off. No. He comes crashing out of it. I was like, oh, whoops.
So you depleted your inventory of Pokeballs?
I had 3 Pokeballs. I tried 2 on him, and then was like, all right, I'm not going to do a third because I'm clearly doing something wrong.
No, you weren't. Like you could have kept going with Pokeballs, to be honest.
Okay.
Don't be discouraged if they break out.
All right, that Onyx, I'll go back in.
Yeah.
Take another stab at that Onyx. I got a Mankey.
Yes.
I named him Caesar.
Why?
That is the name of the ape in Planet of the Apes.
Oh, yeah.
In the new Planet of the Apes films.
So a Mankey, you get in grass close to the daycare center. Did you go to the daycare center?
I've seen Mankeys all over the place.
Oh,
I don't know specifically.
Okay.
Was it the daycare center? Where's the daycare center? Is that in Lavender or?
No, it's in a path, I think, on the way to Vermilion. Like before you go in one of those underground tunnels. Yeah, it's the one right beneath.
Yeah, it might have been around there. I was training for there for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I went into those tunnels and got slapped around.
So Mankey didn't make it on the team though.
No.
Didn't feel him.
I just don't know what he's about. He's fun.
Sure.
Voltorb, who's pretty cool. I like Voltorb's attitude. Voltorb is like, you see Pokemon that are aggressive. You see Pokemon that like, you know, kind of look like they want to tussle a little bit. Voltorb's pissed. Voltorb is angry. Voltorb is ready to throw down.
Didn't make the team though.
Didn't make the team. It's like a Pikachu. So like what, you know.
Yeah.
But named him AC/DC.
Great.
And I got a Machop. Machop?
Like Macho.
Okay.
It's like a play on Macho.
So it's Machope?
It's not Machope. You're right. So it's Machop. Yeah.
Yeah, because he karate chops.
Yeah.
So Machop.
Machop.
And I have to say, I know you love the. I did piece this one together. I did figure it out on my own, but I know you love, like, I can't wait to see what you think that's going to evolve into. We're playing Pokken tonight, and I'm like, oh, that's him, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I see this little guy with, like, little muscles, like, yeah. And then, like, and then I see him, and he's like, he's a bodybuilder, and he likes to, you know, lift weights. And I'm like, oh, I know who that is. Yeah. I know what he evolves
into.
That's
Machamp, dude.
So,
Baby Machamp.
So, he's in my crew.
Oh, he got in the crew?
Yeah, I put him in my crew. I just like because he's different from the other guys. Like maybe thought of what I thought Mankey would be was a little more melee.
Yeah.
And so because we have all these elemental things going on, it's like I kind of want a guy in my crew that just I'll just get in there and I'll punch you in the face.
He's
good.
I
don't care what element you are.
So what's his name?
Jean-Claude.
Oh, that's so good, Jones.
I was so happy it fit.
Yeah.
It filled up all of the characters.
Yeah.
But I got in there and they were like, oh, he likes to work out. He's intense and he's got really big muscles. So I was like, Jean-Claude.
What level is he at?
4 or 5, just whatever whenever I got him.
So he just joined the team.
Yeah. Maybe 7.
Okay.
He might be level 7. Yeah, so just the Mankey, Voltorb, Machop. Tried and failed on that Onyx. But I got Johnny, Sparky, Wormtail, Bert, Kirk, and Jean-Claude. That's my crew.
That's a good crew.
Right now.
All right.
You know, again, mostly focusing on the Johnny, the Sparky, and the Wormtail.
So, Jones.
Those are my faves. Until I find this obvious Wormtail replacement that's coming.
There are ways to evolve Pokemon beyond leveling up. Do you want to know about those?
I don't need to. Not a necessity.
What if I told you you have Pokemon in your team right now who you will need to know for them to evolve?
I'll need to know how to evolve them further?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to know, or do you want to keep going through the game and letting the game teach you naturally?
We'll see if the game can teach me.
Okay.
I don't want to resist your help. I appreciate you helping me,
Well,
Kyle.
no, that's why I asked. That's why
But
I'm,
I mean,
I'm not sure.
I think those are some of the most fascinating things about this. It's
Yeah.
just like that dark tunnel. I knew it. The second I was like, you were like, oh, so you used to use Flash? And you said that,
Yeah,
I'm like,
I'm
I
so
knew
mad
it. I
about
knew
it.
there was a dumb thing.
Yeah.
I still don't think I have Flash. I don't even think I got that.
Well, you won't. Yeah, because you have to actually go out of your way to get.
And you know what? I think I have Dig, but I don't know if it's an HM. I don't think I have one HM. I think I have an HM.
Yeah, Dig
one
might be a TM actually.
Yeah, I think it
got
is.
wrong. Well, Cut is an HM.
Cut is an HM, yeah.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
think I only have the one because it's HM01.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I think that's the only one I got so far. So, yeah.
All right. So what do you expect to see? So you're in Lavender Town. What do you expect to see next week? What do you expect to do?
I would love to have an answer for you, Kai. I really have no idea. I got on a cruise ship and beat up a bunch of gentlemen, and
Which you did not expect last week.
yeah, I was not expecting to get on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
I got that tower there. I don't know. I'll maybe something airborne. Might be kind of fun to get up, like in a plane or something, or
Sure.
fly around. Like, I can fly now. I can't fly, but I have
you
I've
have the
gained
right
the
to.
ability to learn how to fly.
You have the license to fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know that's an HM.
I
you know it's out
I
there
know that's an
somewhere.
HM. I've
Yeah.
also I remember there was one Pokemon that involved there was one pop fiction we did back in the day that involved flight. I remember like reading the instructions that Damiani wrote down, and it was like, go to this spot, fly from there to this spot.
Do you remember what that episode was?
It was it Mewtwo?
It was Mew.
It was Mew.
Yeah.
That wasn't Missing No? That was
Mew.
Okay.
Yeah.
You remember specifically what that was.
Oh yeah.
But so I remember being like, oh, you can fly on Pokemon. Okay.
Yeah.
So that
So
I
he
knew.
knows that's
I was
coming.
reminded, but yeah,
he
that.
knows that's coming.
So yeah, looking forward to the flying. Sounds like fun. Especially, I'm dying to go back. I'm dying for the because I got a tease. I still don't have the map because I couldn't go back.
Mm-hmm.
But I opened up something in the menu that I never had before, which is I opened up my Pokedex. And I was like,
Oh,
yeah,
you
I
went to
want
area.
I want to learn something more. And they were
Yeah.
like, oh, we'll find out where they are. And then they brought up that map, and I was like, here we go. And so
Yeah.
I can kind of see like, yeah, there is kind of a loop that you can do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking forward to just finishing that loop, just putting those two ends
Yeah.
together. So I'm like, okay, now I can just run around this world.
I love that part of the Pokedex actually. You see something and you're like, where'd it come from? Where can I
Yeah.
go find that? And then yeah, the area.
So we're gonna go back and get an Onyx. I got my super balls.
Yeah, and they'll tell you.
Is there anything bigger than a super ball?
Yes.
Mega balls?
It
Is it called a mega ball?
There's no Mega Ball. No Mega Ball.
Powerball?
So you're planning to do some flight from before next week. You're ready. You're probably gonna stomp all your gyms, so they don't mean much to you. But what kind of gym do you hope to see in the future?
I'm trying to think of like a fire gym would be cool.
Yeah.
You know, like Avatar style. You know, like Fire Lord Ozai. You know, just like just really thin hallways, and just like flames, and corpses everywhere.
Yeah, because what do you think gyms are? What do you think gyms are at this point? You've seen 3 gyms.
Right.
What are gyms supposed to be?
Well, what's weird is Misty says, she's like, so what's your strategy for taking on this particular thing? I just like to throw water Pokemon at it, and it's like, well, that's a horrible strategy actually.
Yeah.
That's a very one-sided strategy. So it's weird. You would think gyms are like, oh, this is where it's at. This is where you go in general to learn everything. And so it's interesting. It is a surprise to me to see that gyms are like, oh no, this is a water gym. And it's like, well, that's very closed off. You know, it's like going to a dentist and it's like, I just do molars. And you're like, okay. You should focus on those other teeth, really, because it's really the whole mouth.
It's like going to a gym and they're like, we only do legs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
we're really big on ankles here.
Yeah. It is. It's that. It is weird. And they all have, you can just wipe them out with one Pokemon usually.
Not only we only do legs, how are your legs?
Yeah.
Let's take a look at those legs.
And you're like, no, I do arms, man. I do everything. Come on. Yeah.
Get out of here with those arms.
Yeah.
Get on the
gyms are in this
treadmill
game.
for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So it is weird now that I really think about it. I didn't think about what I was playing, but it is weird to kind of set a gym and forget it. Like you think the gym would be, okay, I've reached this gym, now I'm gonna learn a bunch of stuff from this gym. And it's just like, nope, I go in, beat a guy up, I'm out.
Yeah.
I got what I came for. It's like, shouldn't I? You kind of learn on your own. You just kind of go out in the world and you learn just like I am,
Yeah.
You learn those hard lessons.
Because I think you've learned from your grinding.
Yeah.
You basically, I guess that's how we have to RP this, is you've become a master in the tall grass.
It's the first game where I've ever been scared of leveling.
Why? Because of the loafing.
Yeah, I'll just bring in I'll just bring in Johnny and finish this fight. And I'm just bring in Johnny, okay, scratch. And it's like, Johnny got 35. I'm like, no, Johnny, stop.
Yeah.
And I'm not concerned about that now because like I think I'm okay with him. I don't think he's gonna turn around and like eat me in my sleep.
Because your friend said he would never loaf on you. I wonder if that's true.
I'm gonna test it.
Yeah, test it.
Loaf, is that the term?
It'll be like he's loafing around or something like that. He just like gets bored with you.
Well, one of the other things too, Kyle, that we haven't really talked about so far specifically on this show.
Yeah.
One, are we gonna trade
Yes.
soon? You'll let me know when that happens.
Well, do you want to trade?
I don't.
Okay.
Because I don't need to.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like a lot of the questions that you ask me. I really think I'm like, I don't need that.
Sure.
I don't need to know, like how I can level them more. We're gonna fight, right? We're gonna wrap this up with a duel.
I want to save the duel for last.
Right. I think we obviously.
Yeah.
But it's just something we've talked about. And I don't know if we've necessarily told that to the
How do you
viewers.
think this game ends?
How do I think the game ends?
Yeah. So we're gonna battle after you see the credits. That'll be when we have our fight. But like, what do you have to do to get to the credits of this game?
I mean, it's a role-playing game made in the '90s, so I'm probably gonna be the coolest person in the world. I'm probably gonna have to go up. Something's gonna go wrong. Rocket's gonna have some plan, and they're gonna try to put it in. They're gonna we were trying to get the greatest Pokemon ever, and we found out that he's in some cave or mountain somewhere, so we got to go get him, and then we'll be able to control him. And then oh no, we don't. Oh, we tried to control him, and now he's out of control. Jones, you've been the best the whole time. We've learned the error of our ways that we're not powerful enough. You need to go stop this Pokemon. Okay, Team Rocket. So it's not like, because it's just for kids. So you're not gonna kill Team Rocket. You're not gonna stop Team Rocket. You're gonna convince Team Rocket that they're not doing a good thing.
Yeah.
You're gonna show you Team Rocket.
Yeah.
So I don't think the end enemy is like a Team Rocket trainer. I think the end enemy is the fruits of whatever they're doing that is going to go completely awry. That they're going to learn the error of their ways. We thought we could control them.
Yeah.
But only you can.
That's a great way to end this week's episode. Just want to remind everyone, don't tell Jones. Don't tell him. Don't tell him when he's right. Don't tell him when he's wrong. We all have to enjoy this together, please.
And well, the other thing too, to make you less concerned, all this washes over me. Like one thing that you were concerned about was, as you guys noticed the graphics that we put our little Pokemon up.
Yeah.
I loved putting Jigglypuff on the little couch here. But I looked through all of those and started grabbing those, and you were like, wait, I'll give you those because I don't want you to see what these things evolve into. I don't remember any of those images. I don't know what the hell I was looking at when I saw them. So like. People have mentioned stuff. I have seen people in the comments on these videos. People have said things to me on Twitter, and I just don't remember them. Okay. I don't even remember things that happen in the game. You know, like you're like, yeah, where were you when you fought those Geodudes? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I got very messed up this week. You're not going to go to Rock Tunnel for a while, actually. That was on me. Rock Tunnel in particular.
Okay. Yeah. So so I don't be too much concerned with the spoilerage, but don't encourage it. Yeah. Obviously, at the same time.
Do you have any ambition to go back for Flash, or you got through the Dark Tunnel, you don't need it?
Well, not until you just said that. I mean, I guess I should maybe. Otherwise, I don't know. Anything's dark. I'm just like, I'm gonna Stevie Wonder this.
It sounds like it too. Yeah, that worked, man. That's like.
We'll see. The theme of this when I get into the next Dark Tunnel, we'll see if I need Flash or not. And then I'll go back.
Thank you so much for watching, everybody.
Take care, guys.